Pokemon is called Pikachu.
Oh, it's so cute!
Pikachu! I choose you!
Okay, so Riot releases Zeri, and like any new champ recently, she 1 ignores walls and 2 has a kit unique enough to cause initial confusion, resulting in a 40% win rate in her first 300,000 games, but that's because everyone is playing her wrong. So in this video I will show you the runes, the build, and the playstyle that is actually 200 IQ on the newest Rift Pikachu. But first I have to get your opinion on something I did. You see, when a new champ comes out, I do not take the typical YouTuber approach of using a simp army or hiring people to feed into me during customs to get content, and despite one of the verses in my hard stuck rap, oh snap, patch from Riot, read the notes, new champ, I gotta buy it, took a look but no guides out to describe it, I guess ranked lobbies are where I'm headed to try it. I don't first time it in ranked, no, I go to blind norms where my process is to race to lock it in and then call a roll, which if no one else calls the roll I see no issues with. But in my first attempt I had this molding Frito's finger-ridden virgin take a personal vendetta against me, insta-locking in a blind norm, which resulted in her following me around from the beginning of the game despite me trying to accommodate her stupid demands, stealing my farm, feeding my enemies, being completely illogical in chat, taking pride in holding us hostage, and oh yeah, admitting to trolling and willing to accept punishment. So maybe I'm just an ignorant idiot for how blind norms should work, but if not, here's another one for your list, Riot, because players like this make your game a complete waste of time. That is, unless you are making money from playing by using Buff.
Wait a minute!
Buff, for anyone whose residence is under a Malphite, is an app fully authorized by Overwolf, who are behind most apps that you probably already use every day, which means safe, no scam nonsense, and all you do with Buff is download it, then earn fat stacks of Buff coins by simply playing your fave games, which you then use to redeem for a variety of online or IRL goodies, as if this is like a damn gamer's Chuck E. Cheese token shop. And honestly, the only thing that would make a team wipe fat swanky MF ult at Baron triple kill any better would be having had the totally free Buff app running, knowing you are making bank while sending peeps back to base. Calm your fears, Rav here to say that it is super lightweight on both your CPU and your GPU, so you won't even notice it's there, almost like it's a pre-reworked fiddle stalking his prey before reminding me how much I miss that happy little old hay bag. But even if you are like one of the hundreds of people in my comments saying they quit, leave, this app works on almost every game out there, so use my description link below, download Buff and cop your bag while gaming today. Okay, back to this pig-tailed parkouring electrolyte. Starting with the runes I go, this boogers make me a bursty boy rune, because with her Q auto Freaky Friday swap places she procs grasp easier than most champs, as even cases where minions die, the last little 8 damage shake of piss off the Q damage dick will pierce through to proc it, giving you more health and damage. Also based off of Riot's totally not convoluted tooltip, her empowered auto attacks scale off of max health, and so if this means your max health, then grasp is golden, and if it means enemy max health, then laning top against tanks is comparably golden. Then shield bash, because her passive is some roses are red, violets are blue, everyone in 2022 has a shield, so Zeri now has 1-2 bullshit. Then bone plating, because ligma and overgrowth, because similar to grasp we like health in this house. Then off runes I had the most success in the one game of this I tried with these ones, but whatever, rushes blood to your buttermilk stick. Let's move on to the build. You are trolling if you don't build tier, considering her Q ability is her auto, but her auto is an ability, and up is down and day is night. We're all addicted to shitty leagues, so you'll be stacking this tier more than Jerry Sandusky stacked harassment charges in 2012. Then Sunderer, because you get the HP to make me giddy, plus Sheen items are like the peanut butter to this Tesla with tits as jelly. Then whatever shoes fit your feet, the best Titanic Hydra to make your autos look like they are having a stroke, and Sterax, because again she simps for shields. Okay, now I feel most people, when trying to prove that a build works, would cherry pick a game where they lamed against a beginner bot and snowballed harder than a new W before running around the rift, making people think Barney Stinson was commentating your gameplay. Legendary. But I figured I'd show that this build works even in the worst situations, and while some people may blame early deaths on Riot releasing broken champs instead of highlighting their own dumb mistakes, I would never do that.
I don't think our champions have overloaded kits overall. But that being said, there have been times when we've given new champions too many tools and had to pull back later to give them more clear weaknesses.
So yes, I started this game slightly behind, but what you don't realize is while Set was playing Punch the Pikachu to death, I was picking so many of his boogers training for the rematch. So with a full bank of boogers and a totally transformed tier, I was now ready to take on whatever life threw at me, which in this case it was a male stripper, Nacho Libre's pet polar bear, and some flight fetish pilot school students. So I hired a little hidden hooker to sacrifice herself so that I could shut down my punch pal. Then I think I was ready to join into big team fights in River. Well, actually I might just stay in tonight, but then again they all look like they are having fun. I think it'll be a Netflix and chill with myself kind of night. Anyways, I adopt a queef cat and head south to see if this pilot can book himself a one-way ticket to I'm a Dead Bitchville with an overloaded shit circuit and an auto to confirm his trip. I guess my appearance bot has made it the cool place to hang out, and since I now have Sunderer, I charge up the kitty cat strobe attack and then 2022 that wall as we get in a bit of an aerial exchange that has almost no impact to my health bar, and then I show the superiority of my build, completely disregarding the fact that I have a pocket Yumi by diffing the shit out of the enemy Pikachu with a flash fizzle tickler for the kill. That said, the bug from the local brothel is not having a good time against Johnny Bravo, so she runs off camera to burn to death, and then I break my get a kill with an auto attack against a target in the fog of war virginity. Then I'm heading upstream when I run into Queso Dipped Barney, but a Jinx W places him in the I'm not running away category, so naturally he throws a bit of a temper tantrum, which does nothing to the combination of tankies on bottom and zoomies before making the mistake of thinking a wall is going to protect him from a season 12 champ. Mwahahaha, you dumb fool. At this point I've got some cleave hidden up my sleeve as I stop to get some protein in me before a big fight at Dragon, so I first check if Ninja's lawyers are available to help me sue that chicken for resetting, and then I show firsthand that building with a little beef on this dirty booger blonde Energizer bunny still brings the big boy DPS with this build. Add Titanic Hydra to the mix as I'm just minding my own business on my way to kill every innocent living creature in their jungle when that one-eyed gaping intestine has the audacity to launch a laser my way, which means he's about to learn the hard way that I am not to be bothered by such petty bullshit. So he gets sashimi'd, then I flash out laughing at this inferior Zeri's attempts to bring me down. Now I would like to entitle the following scene: Rav misplays horribly but still survives due to his 200 IQ build, and asterisk a kitty latch to his titty when any normal ADC boarding the bandwagon of builds over on MOBA Fire would get shit on playing like this, as he fails to flip over the wall but still survives, proving how bad players can do well with his build.
Pentakill.
So I've done a good job of showing how survivable Zeri is with this build, but I'd like to specifically highlight how survivable Zeri is without this build as well. But Caitlyn is just fed, you might say, so let's also compare how I fare versus said Caitlyn when multiple enemies are doing their synchronized ultimate pushing practice. But you have a Yumi just perma sitting on you, and to that I say you're goddamn right I do, and you know who doesn't? Anyone on the other team. Omega lol, as I just run around with zero fear of death, unlike my normal ADC experiences on this game, staying alive long enough to zap all the zits off the pimpled face that is Summoner's Rift. So if you enjoyed this hard stuck, probably dumb as shit take on how Zeri should be built and played, please consider subscribing, cause it gives me a YouTube analytical boner seeing more people in this igloo. And if you are someone saying use your real voice, you can catch a new video every day at Facebook Gaming /RavLOLTV. Rav out.